Hello everyone and welcome back to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate Prowler Only. Last time we finished our 10-star key quests, and this time we will be working on our 10-star urgent quests. There's actually 4 of them this time. Go ahead and get through this after eating, and we'll go ahead and take our first one. We have a dragon weapon equipped, and we will hunt King of Hellfire, the Akantor in Ingle Owl. Go ahead and take that quest, then immediately head out. And now akantor, very large monster. Technically a flying wyvern, but he doesn't have any wings. Now you're going to be going strictly for the face here, and there is a little bit of an interesting point with thunder element, where once you break the belly, a lot of his parts get weaker, and specifically his stomach will get weaker to thunder element than dragon element once you break it. Of course, we're just going to be going for the face anyway, so it's not that important. And I do believe he has 2 fang breaks, but you want to be careful about this guy because he has very large hitbox. Keep him at range and make sure you're just not being too greedy. Thankfully, since some of his attacks are so large and slow, stuff that would normally hit like a Tigrex's charge don't hit with a akantor here. You can just kind of dodge between if it doesn't look like it would hurt. Of course, be careful. Always test out those hit zones before you actually try to evade them for real. He has an incredibly large tail, so if you are having trouble dodging it, cutting it off will take a big chunk off of the hitbox and actually make it easier to dodge. Go under here, just take a little bit of super armor damage. That's pretty fine. Here comes a big sweep. We just want to be careful. We'll kind of scoop up the ground with this jaw. Here comes another one. Just dodge into it with our adept, and we are almost up to our mega boomerangs. Not mega boomerangs. I'm not thinking very clearly today. I did just wake up. Alright, we'll go ahead and apply piercing. And he's gonna dig. He likes to dig a lot. You will have to be careful because sometimes he will appear on the complete other side of the zone to shoot a laser. He's not doing that yet, so we're pretty fine. We'll just keep attacking him here. Don't forget that since this is high rank village, he's going to have a lot less health than he would in high rank hub. So it's not going to be a very long hunt. Here comes a slam. That does do tremor if you're close enough to it, though we weren't. Keep attacking this tail here. As he turns around, we'll do a spin on his face. We'll actually get a flinch. Very nice. Just showing that low threshold. Or that low health threshold. And there goes the digging. I assume he's now probably going to pop on the other side of the zone, maybe? Nope, not yet. He's still attacking our cats. Go ahead and throw a Mega Boomerang out here. He is a pretty good target for it since he is very large, so you won't have to worry about missing it very much. He's also pretty slow too, so it should hit unless he's like doing something weird. Just gonna go for this back leg here. Don't forget you can still get topples just by going for the leg. And there's one of the roars. It's similar to Tigrex where it will damage you, and this one's a lot larger and will hurt you a lot more. Think of this just as a beefed up Tigrex that, I mean, can't fly. Tigrex can technically fly when zone transitioning, but akantor is not going to be zone transitioning anyways. Wouldn't be surprised if he has that animation somewhere locked away. Keep going for that face there. He's just kind of taunting here, so I think we're pretty safe. I believe that is his enrage mode tail. You can see his underbelly is just kind of glowing red now, so pretty good tell that he is enraged. Means he'll be doing more damage. Here comes a beam. We actually were not in the way of it, so we didn't have to dodge it. That's fine with me, though. Again, we're just going to keep going for that face. Here comes another beam. It's a pretty large beam. I believe it applies defense down, though that might be the roar. I might be thinking of it wrong. Here comes a slam. We'll just back away from it. Throw a couple more boomerangs here. One more. We'll dodge off to the right. Make sure he can't get us, but he does just throw his claw forward there. All right, we'll dodge that. Go for the tail since it's in front of us. We'll do a spin on it. He does turn, though. All right, he's looking at me. Here comes another laser. Oh, no, that's a roar. If he's back up on his hind legs, it's a roar. If he just kind of moves his face, it's going to be a laser. You can also just tell by the stuff coming out of his mouth. Go ahead and apply piercing boomerangs here. Throw a couple of boomerangs here and then do a spin. Okay, here comes some slams. Just a little tackle forward. You can tell it's really reminiscent of Tigrex's charge, especially due to that finisher. Alright. This comes a roar again. Just dodge it. We actually didn't get hit and we actually break a tusk in return. Alright, great. Here comes a slam. That does break the little area over here in Ingle Owl. It doesn't, it changes the map quite a bit, and you do still want to be careful around ledges, but it's not really something I notice very often. All right, good dodge on the trimmer. Throw a couple more boomerangs here. We'll go into a spin. Here comes a bat. I could have dodged that, I believe, if I was a little more up on the attacking. He is digging now, so we'll see where he's going. He might actually appear at the end of the zone. Never mind. He's doing very weird movements today, and that might be a G rank thing, but I'm pretty sure it's a high rank thing too. Go ahead and throw a mega boomerang here since we do have a pretty good stockpile. In fact, I might even aim for the tail, though I want to be careful that he doesn't turn it around. All right, pretty good. Get another flinch. I'll just go for the tail again. All right, great. Now, I don't think we'll be getting a tail cut very soon. Well, yes, he does have lower health. It is still somewhat meaty. We do get hit by the roar there. I think Flare Cat comes and saves us from that, though. Here comes the big shovel jaw thing. Thinking of a different monster when I say shovel jaw. We'll be seeing that later. All right, getting under the arm there. And here comes another tackle. Again, very reminiscent of Tigrex. And you want to be careful when you adept that because you can still be hit out of your iframes. And when I say that, I don't mean you can be hit during your iframes, but you can be hit after your iframes since he is a very large monster and he has a very large hitbox. He's digging once again. We'll see where he appears at. Okay. You see these little bursts? That probably means, if I'm remembering correctly, he's going to appear at the long side of the zone. Never mind. Okay, I think he was just attacking there. You can tell I don't fight this guy very much. He doesn't have the best gear for cats, and I believe even for hunters. A lot of his stuff is yellow sharpness. All right, get under here. We'll go for a spin. Nice. I want to say that stomach actually looks damaged, but I might be just looking at it wrong. All right, we'll go for another spin here. I'm just trying to stay in his pelvis area. Make sure he can't just attack me. And we'll go back to the face. Here comes a sweep. Just dodge into it. Since we do have a depth, we don't have to worry about positioning out of the way of the tail. That's why I'm not really hyper-focusing cutting it off. I am fixing it out, though. Need to focus a little more on dodging correctly. Here comes a tackle. We'll just try to go for the tail while it is in front of us. And we'll go back for that face. Nice. Get a flinch. Keep going. Great. Now what is he going to do? He's going to tackle. Stood bot at the end. Same as Tigrex. And he starts digging. Just keep getting some free shots on him. See where he appears at. He's just going to appear... Okay, he's doing his attack. So just make sure you're not caught in those globs. And he's going to appear back here. I do believe that is an attack that does deal damage, so make sure you're not just standing there. Go for a spin on the tail. See where he's going to appear next. Yeah, this is that big thing where he does actually appear at the end of the arena. This will be a sweeping beam. If we can get there in time, we actually can pull off a mega boomerang. So that's pretty nice. We'll go for the tail. If we do get the tail cut, that's pretty nice. In fact, this might cut it off. It didn't quite cut it off. Maybe it'll cut it off when we come around after we throw the second one. Yeah, there we go, finally. As you can see, it is very massive, and you do get a large chunk of that hitbox taken away. You can also carve it twice, like Devil Joe, so that's pretty nice too. Here comes a scoop. And we'll see how small this tail is now. Again, it's not the smallest, but it does take off a considerable amount, and it does make your positioning easier. Comes a little tackle. We'll just throw a couple more boomerangs. As he turns around here, he's going to go back into enrage mode. Actually dodged the roar there. It has a smaller hitbox than I would think. You do get the roar effects even whenever you're not hit by it, so I guess that's pretty nice. That's pretty generous. See where he's going. Looks like he's going right back over there. We'll see. Yeah, it's taking him forever. So we might have to dodge the roar here, or yeah, the roar. It's pretty much a roar beam, but we do have a thing well if we wanted to use that, but I don't think we will. It just takes them so long. All right, we'll go for this arm here. We'll go ahead and do a spin on it. Again, you can go for trips if you want to on the arms there. Just being a little greedy here. I am a little in danger here. I got hit by something that applied defense down, and that's like major defense down. As you can see, the 2 arrows on it instead of the one from like Devil Joe. So hopefully we don't die here. We are on very low health. All right, should be able to apply piercing boomerangs here. We'll throw a boomerang here. Go off to the left. Comes a roar. Once I get Soothing Roll, I should be able to heal it off. We'll dodge that little blob there. I did see it, so just didn't want to keep attacking. Very dangerous if I did keep attacking there, because we're pretty much in one-shot range. Right. Watch for the tail here. Good. Throw a couple more boomerangs there. I do have Soothing Roll. We'll watch what he's going to do. He's going to charge, so I'll just heal this off. Right, good. Throw a couple more boomerangs there. Catch him on the turnaround, do a spin. Here comes a slam. Yeah, I was a little too greedy in whether or not I was going to dodge there or not. Here comes a scoop with his jaw too. We'll just wait for this acorn to be devoured. Throw a couple more boomerangs here, do a spin. Oh, does this look familiar? Okay, we actually dodge it there. Go for that chest. Now here comes a laser. Not a laser, I forget. On his hind legs, remember, on his hind legs, it's a roar. If he's still on all fours, it's laser. He will still rear back up. I believe you can also break the back spikes too. They are just very hard. They might take decent dragon damage, but I don't remember. That is for some part breaks if you are just going for all of the part breaks. Go for a spin here. Go for another spin on his legs. Again, we might want to get those trips like we saw before. As you can see there, the smaller tail actually did not hit me, whereas the larger tail would have. See what he's going to do here. Alright, he's going back down to the other area, so we'll just chase him. We have Go Fat Win and Mega Boomerang, so that should be pretty nice. Hopefully we can get down there in time. Again, it is a very long trek, so you might not get there in time, and that's just fine. Just focus on evading that beam. Throw a Mega Boomerang at his face now, since we don't really have to worry about cutting that tail. He's gonna roar here. That's unfortunate. Oh, we do get the Mega Boomerang off, so that's pretty nice. It might miss though. Nah, it won't miss. It'll come pierce right back through. Right. It's just a little stomp. Throw a couple more boomerangs here. Throw a couple there. We'll not dodge into the tackle. Okay, no. I'm remembering some parts about the Brady Me Not fight now. So I believe the charge with his mouth open is the one that deals damage. So watch for his mouth to be open and then evade that one. If his mouth is closed, then you should be fine to just move around. It is repositioning. It's a pretty neat little detailed tail, and not one you really get on most monsters. Throw a couple boomerangs there. We do get a knockdown again, so we'll go back for that base. We'll have to pierce through the arm to get through it, but that's fine. Don't really want to spend all that time going for the ledge. You get hit by the... I'm doing my evades, or not my evades, but my boomerang spins a little bit too much. Either way, there we go. Akantor is down. Remember, this is a lot less health, but it is still a pretty good demo for the fight that would be in G rank and high rank. So I'll go ahead, cover him up, and meet you back at base. Alright, back to the Sanatorium. We'll go ahead and look at those weapons. I believe there are a couple more weapons we haven't looked at yet. Go ahead and look at Akantor's first. Should be, yes, the Akantor sword has a massive 190 raw, but yellow sharpness. Means we won't be using it. Yellow sharpness is really, really bad. Even worse than green and way, way, way worse than blue. If we were to even compare this to something like, I believe, the Dread King blade, wherever that's at, if I can find it, hold on. That one has 160 raw, so it's only 30 raw less, and you're getting 2 stages of sharpness higher. There is a skill called Handicraft for felines that will increase it by 1 stage, I believe. It might be 2 stages, but I believe it's only 1 stage. If we have a Beast Cat, we can look at that. For hunters, it's a level skill, and you have to have like +1 for a certain amount of sharpness. It's not always up a stage. It's very weird for hunters. For Palicos, it's very simple. We don't have a Beast Cat. I'll go ahead and see if I can't hire one. I might not have that in the search criteria. We'll see. And I certainly don't want to go all over the world looking for one. But we'll see if we have all of the same cat. If we do, then we should be fine. She give us a request. We don't need that request quite right now. Okay, I have all bomber cats, so that's all it's going to be. Okay, well, that was a little anticlimactic, but I'll probably just put it on screen how much that works. As for some of the weapons we may have missed, for the Barioth knife, this is 120 raw, blue sharpness, and 16 ice element on your boomerang. It is more balanced, so it's going to be a little bit more stronger in melee. That's just how the balanced weapons usually are, not always. They usually have more element on melee. But it's not going to be useful since we have the Snowburn stick, wherever that may be. I'm forgetting where these are at. With 147 raw, 32 boomerang ice, and it does have negative affinity, but blue sharpness. It's just going to be better all the way around since we're using affinity skills. We also have the Gormagala weapon. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. This is another balanced one. Low dragon, okay raw. These are rarity 6 weapons, so they're not going to be the best. Again, we're not using it. Shigaru is much better. Either way, we're gonna have a short episode today since we have had some pretty long ones and just montages, past few ones. Although we did just like Valstrax, but I think that's fine. I want to give these guys their chance to shine by themselves. So either way, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider leaving a comment below and maybe even consider subscribing. Until next time, bye.